Folks, how do you like living here? I'll explain what I mean and then get into the latest home prices and insights for condos across the GTA for week ending August 20th, 2025. If you want to speak directly with me about your real estate situation, selling, buying, it's really simple. Below this video, in the description, there's a link to my calendar. Click on that, book a time that's convenient for you, and we'll talk about whatever's on your mind. Often, when you're buying a property, you're buying a home, understanding what's it really like to live in the neighborhood is difficult. When you go on a showing and you walk into the home, it's nice, it's staged, it's set up, it's a sunny day maybe, everybody's at work on the street's quiet, you're thinking, this is a nice, quiet neighborhood. But if you really want to know what it's like living there, the best way is to ask other people that are currently living there. And when you're buying a home, you got to go knock on the neighbors' doors. And a lot of people don't do that just because of the effort that it takes. But a condo, if you're buying a condo, I'm telling you, it is the most simple, easiest thing to do to really find out what's going on. You're in the elevator, I'm with my clients, we're going either up or down, either going in the building, out of the building, and there's often somebody else in the elevator. And I'll just turn around and say, "Hi, how do you like living here?" And they will tell you everything that's going on. Sure, you can have a status certificate review and have your lawyer review the status certificate, and you must do that. But that's the financial stability of the condo. It's got nothing to do with what it's actually like to live in the building. The status certificate is not going to tell you that the garbage, the chute, hasn't worked in weeks, and each time you got to throw out your garbage, you got to go down. It's not going to tell you that. But that other person you run into in the elevator and say, "Hey, thinking of buying a unit in this building. How do you like living here?" They will tell you. They will tell you everything that's going on. They'll tell you that the chute hasn't worked in weeks, and then it got repaired, and 3 days later it was broken again. They will tell you, this is a good week. All 3 or 4 elevators are working, but it's been months where we had 1 elevator working. They will tell you. They will tell you it's awesome to live here. I wish they'd get a handle on the issues we're having in the car parking lot where cars are getting broken into. They will tell you everything. These are things that won't appear in the status certificate. So if you're looking to buy a condo, ask anybody you walk into. I promise, if it feels uncomfortable, you do it once, you'll see how happily people will tell you what their actual experiences are. I gave you a bunch of negative experiences, but they also tell us a lot of great experience. Sometimes we get, it's awesome, it's quiet. They'll tell us all sorts of stuff, and either it's going to be good or it's going to be bad, but it's going to be the truth. And if you're looking to buy and spend the kind of money that it costs to buy these days, absolutely, you want to know what's it like to live there. If you think this video can help somebody you know, please pass it along. And if you get value from what we're talking about, subscribe. Now, let's get into the numbers.
Hi everyone, my name's Daniel. My dad's not here this week, but I'll be running you through the numbers for GTA Condos week ending August 20th, 2025. Here we have it broken down by different regions. So here we have Toronto, York region, Peel region. These are average prices. Let's get into Toronto condos. So last week or week ending August 20th, we had 176 units sell. 14 of those sold at $1 million or more, and the average sold price is sitting at $652,000. Now that 652 is 1% higher than where we were at the same time last year, And if you look, you can see here we have the average price in orange, median price in blue. You can see that both of them have kind of been slowly trending down throughout the summer. We're down 1% for the median price from this time last year. Now sales, 176 sales, 18% of those sold at list price or more. Listings, we had 578 new listings for that week, and we are currently sitting at 5,803 active condo apartment listings in the city of Toronto. Now, we know it's no surprise that we've been in a buyer's market for Toronto condos for a pretty long time now. We are sitting at 7.6 months of inventory with average of 38 days on market. So here we have it broken down, all the different areas we cover. Downtown does have a lion's share of the condos, so they do have a lion's share of the sales. They have 55 sales. Scarborough does have the highest months of inventory right now with 9.9 months of inventory. The smallest months of inventory is Rexdale Downsview, which is 5.5, and that's actually still well into a buyer's market. So here we have it split up between 1-bedroom condos and 2-bedroom condos. So this 1-bedroom condos does include 1 beds and 1 bed plus den. Average sold price is sitting at $527,000 and 83 units sold last week. Now you can see here that we've consistently been lower than we were at the same time last year. And for the week ending August 20th, we're down 9%. Now here's 2 beds. Again, 2 beds and 2 beds plus den. 78 units sold last week and $794,000 is the average sale price. And that is actually up 8% from where we were at the same time last year. Now here we have our 1 bed versus 2 bed comparison. So you can see the difference in average price and you can see the difference in sales. Here is our square foot analysis. So here we have the MLS ranges for the square footage of units. And you can see here we have the ranges, we have the units sold, average sold price, and then average sold price for that range. It was interesting to see when I was going through all the individual sales for the week. A lot of the ones that sold the more entry-level type units, we're seeing them sell at prices that we wouldn't have seen in the past, which is really interesting to see. Oh, forgive this. I should have changed that. It's week ending August 20th, by the way. Here, York Region condos, we had 30 sales. 2 of them sold at $1 million or more. And the average sold price is sitting at $623,000. Now, $623,000 is 9% less than what it was at this time last year. And as you can see here, average price in orange, median price in blue, looks like it's been trending downwards. Median price of $575,000 is down 12% from the same time last year. Sales, 30 sales, 17% sold at list price or more. Listings, kind of the same story, peaked around mid-June, started to come down. We're sitting at 1,153 active condo apartments for sale in York Region. And last week, we had 132 new listings. MOI, months of inventory, again, well into a buyer's market, sitting at 8.9 months of inventory with an average days on market of 42. Now here we have Peel condos, 36 sales last week with 1 selling at over $1 million or more. Average sold price is sitting at $544,000, which is 6% lower than where we were at the same time last year. And median price is sitting at $535,000, and that is 2% lower than where we were at this time last year. Now sales, out of the 36 sales, 19% of them sold at list price or more. Listings, very similar story, starting to trend down. We currently have 1,132 active Peel condo listings, and 122 listings were put up for week ending August 20th. Now here, months of inventory, again, very similar story. We're sitting at 7.3 months of inventory, which is pretty well into a buyer's market. 43 is the average days on market for a property. And here we have our breakdown. all the things we've just discussed, the months of inventory. The arrow shows the changes between last week. You can see 7.6 months of inventory for GTA or City of Toronto condos. One bed condos in Toronto is 7.2. Two bed condos in Toronto, 7.6. York Region condos sitting at 8.9 months of inventory, and Peel Region sitting at 7.3. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys again soon.